Hello, strong people. Week 2, day 3 of OSG prep. Secondary press day, as usual for day 3 of the week. We got some more log incline, building up to a top set of 8, I think so. Top set of 8, dumbbell rows, straight arm lat pull downs, all the same stuff. It's just a little bit different weights, a little bit different rep schemes. I think people should take notes on that because a lot of the new gym people, I think they have that weird idea of like you got to confuse the muscle or whatever. I don't really buy into that. I don't know if there's research behind that, but I know West Side method kind of does something weird where it's like they do a, like whatever it's called, a heavy upper or a max effort upper, max effort lower. And they have different variations week to week. Obviously it worked for them. Equipped lifting though, so I don't know if there's, the same correlation, but I think you should stick to a plan for, at least 6 weeks or so. Switching stuff every single week, how are you supposed to progress? You don't have a baseline. You don't have anything to build on if you're doing a new thing every single week. Yeah, I don't know, little mini rant there, but I feel good. Not really much else to say other than I'm just excited to get some lifting. I love log incline. I don't really like crawling in and out of it. That's kind of a pain, but it's not too bad. Been messing around looking online at stuff for the garage too. There's a big gap from the top of my door frame to where the garage door rolls up actually. So I can see, like from outside I can see in and see the ceiling. So I need to seal that off, and I just need to seal the doors in better in general before winter comes along. Also, after looking into some more research, this insulation in here, I guess it's more of a moisture barrier than anything. People are saying it doesn't really, keep the temperature stable in here. So I don't know. Either way, I'm a moisture barrier, even better. Obviously, I don't want my stuff in here getting really all that rusty. A lot of it's already rusty, but whatever. Minimal rust on a lot of the new stuff, so that's good. But if worse comes to worse, I'll end up putting insulation here. So I want to get electric in it first anyway. So that's the next step, which should hopefully be happening soon, but we'll see. So got a lot of that was a weird intro. Talked about what I'm lifting, talked about a little mini rant, and we talked about my garage. I hope you enjoyed that little update. Now let's actually lift some weight. All right, well, I skipped a little bit of recording there. Log press is feeling okay, but those bands, they just annihilate me. I almost forgot to use bands. I had no idea there were bands on it until like right before I was about to start warming up, so threw some bands on. It's definitely harder. I'm glad I didn't double up the band. That may have been too much. Just did one loop. So, it was enough band tension. It definitely made things more difficult for sure. But that's what I need. My lockout, I stall a little bit halfway up sometimes, but once I'm past there, I'm usually fine. So this is going to help with that for sure. I don't know if bands is like ongoing for the next coming weeks, but if it is, no big deal. Also, something cool is I used my weighted out plates, those really thin ones with the handles. I stuck the band through the handles, and then I put that on the log. So Usually I gotta set up some like dumbbells and load them up with plates to get them to stay, but this was way easier. I'm gonna do that every time from now on. Not an intended use, but it works for sure. So I didn't record my rows. They sucked. I hated them because I used a band wrapped around the arm or whatever. Hate those. Can't stand them. But now we're gonna move on to some press outs. So I hope I have this set up at the right height. I never remember. I should mark my my squat rack, but I don't. So it is what it is. I way overshot that. But that happens. That was a big jump. Stupid jump, but I got a couple, so that's cool. Energy's low. Very low. Not gonna lie, I did eat a bowl of ramen before coming out here, but I thought I gave myself enough time to where it would digest a little bit. I don't think it did. And then I took my pre-workout right after, and I never really felt it kick in, which is kind of crazy because I used, like, it's called Psychopharma, if you know, like Eric Bugenhagen, the Boogs. He's like a part owner of the company or something, and he's like, you know, insane guy, acts insane all the time. I love him. He's hilarious. But the pre-workout I used was from that brand. And it's 350 milligrams of caffeine, you know, per scoop, per serving. And I used one whole serving, so didn't really feel anything. But it is what it is. That's okay. You don't need pre-workout to get a good lift in. I always mess myself up on Thursdays whenever I come out late. I need to just come out here and just do it my usual time. It gets later and I get sleepy and I'm like, those are all excuses though. So can't be having too many of those during this prep. Those will not fly. So let's do some lat pull downs, straight arm lat push downs. That's the correct way. Ooh, those feel way better than last week. Oh, I like that. I don't really have much else to say. I'm starting to think, I may have to actually do a lift on Sunday this week. I don't want to do that. Because tomorrow, if I would have known this ahead of time, we're going somewhere Saturday, and I thought that it was later at night, so I thought I'd have some time in the morning to work out. And then we were going to go to a fair tomorrow, I think. Or vice versa, whatever it was. Train Friday, fair Saturday, go do that thing Saturday night. But I just learned that thing Saturday night is now like midday. So I could come out and get a really early lift in, but I want to sleep in. We'll see. I'll have to look at what I have. I may just have to bite the bullet and do an early Saturday morning lift. I don't like doing that, but you know, it is what it is. Like, you got to get it in. I'm not gonna skip a session. It's just not gonna happen, unless, you know, something really bad comes up or injury or whatever. And I really don't want to do it Sunday. I don't want to have an event session before a big press day. Just that's not a good idea, in my opinion. If you're able to recover in time, then absolutely. What I would do in that scenario is probably do an ice bath Sunday, just to flush out any inflammation, so I'm not sore for Monday. But I'd rather just do it Saturday morning, I think. So we'll probably do that. We'll see. We'll see if we're going to go to that fair tomorrow or what the plan is now. So. On that last, I don't know if you saw it, but on that last like rep or two, I just put my thumbs over the bar and quickly corrected it, because I was like, no, I don't want that. I'm intentionally gripping the bar to mimic my deadlift stance. Whew. I only have 3 sets of these, and I'm calling it. Well, I don't know what I mean by calling it, because I only have 3 sets, so one more. And then we're gonna end the video there. But yeah. I'm definitely a little bit bloated. At least I have been. I put on some, like a good, probably 5 to 7 pounds since Ocean City, which I didn't do intentionally. I don't really know why. Well, it's probably safe to say why, because I wasn't really training that hard and I was just kind of eating whatever for 2 weeks. So, as I really get back into the training thing, and it'll fall off again, get back down to where I want to be. But we'll see. If it just pours on naturally, without me, trying to put on weight, then probably leave it. Just because it is a heavy show. Body weight is going to help on log. Deadlift, that's debatable. If you're so big and fluffed up that you can't get in position, then there's no point in being big for the deadlift. And I already don't have a big frame. I shouldn't say big frame. I don't have a tall frame to put on a lot of weight. So I think I'm already at the max of what I would ever be, 370. But I don't want to, I think 360. I've considered going down to 330. But I don't know, leverage wise, and I've been saying that for a long time though, so who knows. Things have been progressing well, so I don't want to change too much, but I also don't want to get stagnant. There's always, Strongman's kind of ever changing nowadays, people trying to new events, it's just, you never know. Whew. Where was I going with that? I don't know, let's finish this set off. I don't know if that was 10, I'll be honest. Falling. Crazy lat pump. Having a lat pump with a tricep pump is a great combo. I love it. You feel so much bigger because you can just sit. Just rest your triceps on your lats. However bodybuilders do their relaxed pose. I used to never have any control of my lats. Now I can actually kind of flex them a little bit. So that tells me mind muscle connection is a lot better than it used to be. Which I feel like bodybuilders get a head start on that because they focus more on reps and feeling the muscle. Strongman just kind of move the weight essentially a lot of the time, not in accessories, and I think I didn't do a great job of that originally. So over the last year and a half probably, I'd say I've gotten a lot better at actually learning how to use the correct muscles in my lifts. I think that's about where we're going to call the video. Another boring one. I don't want to say it's boring. I mean, like, it's a look into what the work is. This is like, people aren't really doing much different than this. They're going to have different exercises, but for the most part, there's not going to be anything crazy happening. You know, I'm not doing anything different than anybody else for the most part, so I just happen to want to record it a little bit. Yeah. Plus, I enjoy it. I'll look back at these someday. Hopefully when I'm a pro. I'd love to do that next year. I'd love to get my pro card. Because it's like an automatic invite to America's Strongest Man, which I love to go to. And then as a pro, I'm pretty sure, if I remember right, I just found this out recently, that you don't pay entry fees. So whether it's a Pro-Am, whether it's America's Strongest, you do not pay an entry fee. And there's no fee every year to be like a member of Strongman Corp. Like once you have that card, you're kind of in. So like I pay, because I'm not a pro, I pay like whatever it is, 70 or 90 bucks a year to be a Strongman Corp member. Which, you know, it is what it is. It's part of it. That propels the sport forward a little bit, so I have no problem paying that. And I think you get a lot with that, you know. I mean, you do with it what you want, like as many shows as you want. You know, there's no like limit or anything. If you had that, that'd be stupid, but I don't know. Pro card's kind of a side quest next year, I think. I don't really know. Let's get through OSG first. Healthy, hopefully healthy, and then see what next year brings. Let's just get through this year first, because it's going to be our biggest year yet, I hope. So, go out, get strong, stay strong, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.